Hi there, it's Mr. Clark. Welcome to the first optional module available to you on clefs. As a reminder, the main module sequence starts with numbers, so this is just optional material if you have interest in learning more about clefs. And we are going to start out with lesson Clef.1.1, the alto clef. We've already talked about the G clef, which shows where the note G is. We've talked about the F clef, which shows where the note F is. And today we are talking about the C clef, which shows where the note C is. Specifically, this shows G4, this shows F3, and this shows C4, or middle C. Some historical versions where it really does look like a C. So like that makes sense, and then it got fancier and fancier, and nowadays it looks like this. The G clef has one common position on the second line of the staff. The F clef has one common position on the fourth line of the staff. The C clef has two common positions. The one that we're looking at right now is called the alto clef, and it's centered on the third or the middle line of the staff, and that shows you where the note middle C is. So you have the spaces being G, B, D, and F, and the lines being F, A, C, E, G. You pretty much always use the alto clef when you're writing for viola, so if you're ever reading orchestra scores, it's necessary to be able to deal with alto clef, also string quartet, or any ensemble that happens to have a viola in it. You'll also often see it in pieces for alto trombone, but the alto trombone is not too common anymore. So in terms of modern works, you'll basically just see it in viola. Historically, it's also used for the alto voice, but that happened like Renaissance era type, early Baroque, so not recently. The arrangement of sharps and flats is the same as treble and bass, so you have the 2, 3, 2 of the sharps and the alternating flats. And that's all the information I have about the alto clef. Really, like treble and bass, you just need to spend time with remembering where the lines and spaces are. And I will provide on Canvas a good exercise for this, where you just have a series of quarter notes, and you mentally put this clef at the beginning, and you just say the letter names with a metronome. So, for instance, I have my metronome now set to 60, and I'm looking here, I mentally imagine an alto clef here, and every click, I have to say a letter name. F, E, C, D, B, C, E, C, A, D, C, B, E, F, D, B. And the reason the metronome is important is because you need to be able to read music in real time. And this forces you to keep in time. It gives you some time to think, but not too much. Obviously, to make it more difficult, speed up the metronome, and also it naturally gets more difficult as you go further, start getting more ledger lines, start getting larger leaps. So it naturally progresses and gets more difficult, but speeding up the metronome also works. So that is how I would recommend learning alto clef and all of the clefs moving forward. Very useful technique, courtesy of one of my music theory professors, Matt Curley, at the Eastman School of Music. That's all I have for now. See you next time.